Welcome guys, today I am reacting to Carl Jobs, the greatest speedrun of all time for some reason. I know what, when and how, but hey, let's just see it. I am really excited about this. And if you like my content, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment and press the notification button. Let's start.
Absolute legends. When it comes to speedrunning, I've been around for a very long time. I started speedrunning GoldenEye back in 1999, and ever
Oh yeah, by the way, for those, as Carl Jobs already said himself, but I'm gonna just get the point in. He is a speedrunner. That's why I trust him with 99.99% of speedruns. He knows his shit.
since then, it's been a huge part of my life. Back when I began, people didn't speedrun entire games. We just stuck to single-level games like Doom and Mario Kart that
Shortly, he's fucking old.
already had an inbuilt timer. In the early 2000s, I saw the birth of full game runs like Zelda Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, and Metroid. I saw Speed Demo's Archive usher in a brand new age of full game speed.
By the way, I personally didn't care about speedruns until 2 years ago maybe, and Speed Demon's Archive, I already heard of it when I was younger. So yeah, that's really... I mean, purchase on DVD, for fuck's sake, how old is this? Damn, every second I spend on the internet, I feel older and older. Damn.
Speedrunning. I was there when speedrunning exploded on Twitch with Sir Glemic pulling in tens of thousands of viewers. I watched Narcissa Wright achieve 1810 in Zelda Ocarina of Time live as it happened.
Damn.
I witnessed Games Done Quick grow from its inception to the biggest speedrunning event in the entire world. I have always loved speedrunning, and I've always kept up with what's happening. And in the 25 years that I've been around in this scene, I have never seen a speedrunner as good as Suigi. When it comes to popularity in speedrunning, games come and games go. There was a time in 2015, after Narcissa's iconic run, that Ocarina of Time was easily the most popular game to speedrun. Nowadays, Ocarina of Time doesn't even show up on the first page. Minecraft was the biggest game in...
I mean, things come and go. It's just how it is. Most of the time, there are some outliers that actually stay popular for a very long time, but at some point everything just goes.
2021, and even Subway Surfers was huge in 2022. Whenever a game is released, it's common for a new game to suddenly be the most popular game to speedrun. But for the past 15 years, there has been one game that no matter what, you would always find it either at the very top or near the top of the most active games to speedrun. Super Mario 64 is the most iconic speedrunning game of all time.
I didn't know that.
Period.
Okay.
It's been the most competitive for the longest time. It's been the most popular for the longest time.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know that Super Mario is that... I mean, of course I've seen a few speedruns of it, but what I focused on was mostly, or where I started to watch speedrunning was Death Cells. And I love this game, by the way. Death Cells is a freaking awesome game, but that's where I started. And yes, but I really didn't realize that Super Mario is that freaking popular. That's actually quite awesome. And this is the outlier then, by the way. Most games will come and go, but hey, some just stay.
And the world records that have been achieved in this game are some of the most prestigious world records you could ever hope to achieve. There is a good reason that more than any other game, Super Mario 64 has stood the test of time. It's built for speedrunning. The movement mechanics create a skill ceiling that can never be reached. Players devote their lives to this game, and players have reached levels of skill that we wouldn't have thought was possible just 5 years ago. And I'm sure in another 5 years, the skill level will be far beyond what it is today. In the entire history of the game, no one had ever held all 5 of the main category world records.
So, there is still place on the top. Now I understand why. If you really have someone who's that dedicated, just does this stuff, and still didn't reach the maximum. Yeah, people like that. People love that Acolyte.
Players always either focused on the longer categories or the shorter categories, or maybe just one category. The game is so competitive and it requires so much practice and time that you could really just choose one of the world records to focus on and spend the rest of your life there. And many players do exactly that. The game is hard to play at the top level, and all of the top players have worked extremely hard to get where they are today.
Damn, this isn't playing, this is being a fucking speed freak. What the fuck?
And only a tiny fraction of those who play at the top level ever get that elusive world record, even just once. With the game as popular as it is, with the game as competitive as it is, with the game as difficult as it is, it shouldn't be possible in 2024 for someone to just come along and achieve all 5 main category world records at the same time, which is exactly what Suigi has just done.
And if it's, or I think, if it's legit, and he didn't cheat, he probably just locked himself for 5 years in the basement and just grinded it out. That's what I think. He lived in the basement, he freaking peed in the basement, he washed in the basement, he became the basement, he practiced in the basement, and then he came out and just destroyed everyone.
For the first time in history, one person has all 5 records. Now this in of itself would be enough to be the greatest achievement in speedrunning history. But Suigi didn't just achieve all 5 records, he destroyed them. Suigi makes every world record look easy. He is so much better than every other player that it's quite simply shocking. This wasn't some war where Suigi battled long and hard and finally overcame some great adversity. This was a massacre. From day one, Suigi just kept getting better and better, and absolutely no one was able to stand in his way. Today we will take a quick look at the 5 world records that, in my opinion, prove that Suigi is the greatest speedrunner of all time. I really hope you enjoy. Now legends, I have made a huge change. I have swapped the displate posters I have on the wall behind me. I originally had Doom and Fallout New Vegas, 2 of my favorite games, but now I've switched it up to Ned Stark and an incredibly detailed map of Middle-earth.
Okay, Game of Thrones, I never liked it, but Middle-earth map, nice.
Game of Thrones is my favorite TV show of all time, and of course, Lord of the Rings is my favorite fantasy of all time, so having these 2 posters on my wall brings me so much joy. I think if you love a game or a story, you should celebrate it with a poster from Displate. Displate offers metal posters that not only look amazing, but they are also very durable and easy to install using their magnet mounting system. Displate offers officially licensed designs from all of your favorite game, TV, and movie franchises. These artworks are just incredible. And right now, Displate is celebrating Black Friday with a huge discount of up to 44% off your order, and that even includes those...
Acolytes, click on the link below, support Josh with that. I'm gonna leave a link to his video, you can click it then down there. His link for the Displate thing. 44%, even I think about it right now.
Amazing texture designs. Just click my link in the description or use my code Carl for the biggest discount of the year. Please act fast because this will not last forever, and thanks to Displate for sponsoring this video. Suigi started playing Super Mario 64 in 2020, and his progression is faster than anything I've ever seen. He began playing on emulator in 16 star, and by the end of the year, his personal best was 1556, about a minute slower than the world record. Yes, emulator is faster, but this was without doing the lobby backwards long jump strategy, which loses around 45 seconds alone. So he was obviously already insanely good at the game. At the start of 2021, he transitioned to playing on a real N64 console, and his first submitted personal best was 1610 in February. But again, this time doesn't really tell the story, because the run itself was pretty incredible for a new player. He missed 2 Bowser throws at the end, so the pace of the run was well into 15-minute territory. His rate of improvement was so fast, he even acknowledged it himself at the end of his run.
Oh my god, wait. 15 4x by the end of the month? What the fuck? Maybe I'm underestimating myself.
Less than 1 month later, he was already so fast that he entered the final Bowser stage on a run that was easily top 10 pace. But again, he missed 2 throws.
I missed the final throw twice. Oh my god. I'm so capable. I'm capable of so much, dude. That run just fucking proves it.
Well, he doesn't lack. He definitively doesn't lack any kind of. How is it called again? He's not self-deprivating. He knows that he can do it. He believes in himself. That's actually quite nice to see, especially because most of the time people are just like, I can't do it, I'm so bad, I need the freaking, what is me effing thing that is around right now.
That run just fucking proves it. Oh my god.
Self-doubt.
Nowadays, we might look at Luigi as a cold-blooded Bowser killer, but it's evident from his early runs that his current abilities are the result of a lot of hard work and overcoming these early issues. From here, it took him only 8 months to achieve his first world record in the 16-star category, getting a 14:55 in November.
Oh my god! Oh my god, dude. Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Going from picking up the game in 2020 to achieving the 16-star world record in 2021 is a very impressive feat. But that's not why Luigi shines. It's because he never seems to reach his own limit. Over the next 1.5 years, he would keep improving the 16-star record, ending up well ahead of the other players. He did dabble in the longer categories for fun, but he still primarily focused on 16-star. And by 2023, it was obvious to me and many other people that we were starting to witness something magical. When 2023 began, Luigi only held the 16-star record with a 14:41. This time was already insane. He was 9 seconds ahead of second place, which was the difference between the next 7 players after that. But then he turned his attention to the 2 shortest categories, 0 and 1 star. And it didn't take long for him to get his first record in 1 star, beating Kano's mark by 3 seconds in February.
Yes. Oh, let's go. Yes.
But again, Luigi doesn't just achieve world records, he destroys them. Over the next month and a half, he beat the 1-star record again and again and again, ending with a 6:57, which is 6 seconds ahead of second place. Once again, the difference between Luigi and second was the difference between second and the rest of the other top players. Oh, and by the way, while he was taking down the 1-star world record to what it is today, he also casually achieved the greatest Super Mario 64 speedrun in history with a 14:35 in the 16-star category on the 22nd of March.
16 star is dead. 16 star is fucking dead! Oh my god! Oh my god! I just got a 14:35! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? Oh my god!
When Luigi got this run, he was ahead of second place by 15 seconds, which was greater than the distance between the next 8 players. This run had no major mistakes, only very slight flaws here and there. It was otherwise a perfect run. After this, he went to 0-star, where he broke the record 4 times in less than 2 weeks. To put this into some context, the last time the 0-star world record was broken 4 times in an entire year was all the way back in 2012. And this was split between 3 players who were all battling for the record. Luigi broke the record 4 times in 10 days by himself in 2023, when the game was light years ahead of where it was in the early 2010s. Over the course of just 2 months, Luigi obliterated the 0 and 1-star world records and achieved arguably the greatest speedrun in history in the 16-star category. In October 2023, he would lower the 0-star world record again with a time of 6 minutes and 16 seconds.
It's been live for an hour. Oh my god. Oh my god. You have no idea how much, like, the fact that I fucking didn't get this is affected me. Oh my god.
This is still more than 10 seconds faster than second. Words legitimately cannot do justice for how far ahead that is in such a short category. This was now Suiji's 5th world record in that category for the year, which has never happened before. So in 2023, when the game is more optimized than it's ever been, Suiji comes along and seemingly with no real difficulty breaks the record more times in a single year than has ever happened. And he did it with no one biting at his heels or threatening his position. He is just so good that he did it for no other reason than he knew that he could. By this point, I already knew that Suiji was the greatest player ever, at least in terms of talent and skill. He had made the shorter categories his own, but the longer categories in Super Mario 64 require more than just talent. They require commitment, discipline, and mental fortitude. It doesn't matter how good you are at the game if you don't put the work in to learn every star. If you can't handle the pressure of a 1.5 hour speedrun, you won't be the best. And for Suiji, the true test was about to begin. Suiji was already a decent 70-star player. During his demolition of these shorter categories, his personal best was 47.13, which was within 20 seconds of the record. So when he did start playing for the 70-star record in June, it only took him 2 weeks to break it by a full 13 seconds.
God, I just got 4 and 5. Oh my god.
Suiji now held 4 out of the 5 main category world records. All that was left was 120 star. This was going to require a lot of work, because Suiji had barely touched the 50 remaining stars he would need to learn in order to become competitive in that category. I think generally by this point, most people acknowledged that if Suiji really tried, that he would probably end up getting the 120 star world record. The only question was whether or not he wanted to do it. Suiji said that he did, and over the next year, Suiji proved that he was taking this goal very seriously. If you watched Suiji's stream in the 12 months following his 70-star world record, you wouldn't see him doing 120-star runs, you would see him practicing each level one by one. And he wasn't just practicing to be good enough to start doing 120-star runs, he was practicing to be the best ever. Through his practice, he ended up getting stage RTA world records for many of the stages. This is where you time yourself getting all 7 stars for a single stage, which of course you need to do for every stage in 120 star. So he wasn't just getting good, he was breaking world records while he was practicing to do the full game runs. His 120 star personal best was still relatively terrible because he just didn't do full game runs, but stage by stage, he was slowly and surely becoming a monster. A monster that would only truly come alive when the final puzzle piece was placed. And it would be in late 2024, after more than a year of 120-star practice, that Suiji would prove to the world that he truly was the king of Super Mario 64.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What did I just do? Oh my god!
On the 26th of October, he smashed the 136 barrier and broke the 120-star world record by half a minute. And then just a week later, he broke the 120-star record again.
Oh my god, I'm fucking him, dude. Oh my god, I did it again. I did it again. Oh my god.
And then just a week after that, during a live competition, he almost broke the 120-star world record again for a 3rd time. He was world record pace going into the final Bowser stage, and only lost the record because of some small errors and a missed Bowser throw.
I think that's it.
And that'll do it.
That'll
A 135.
The first ever 135 live in person.
Breaking Cheese's in-person record by almost 2 minutes.
He's so calm about it. Dude, pop off, man.
Unbelievable with a 135.41 Green Suigi. Wow. We've never seen anything like this. Unbelievable.
Get louder, come on.
Oh my goodness, Green Suigi.
Wow.
Making it look
History in the
easy.
making.
Making it look easy.
Suigi's 135 live at pace earlier this month is a minute and a half faster than anyone else has ever done live in history. No one else has even managed a 136. Suigi is already performing far better at 120 star than anyone else ever has. But what's unreal about this is that when it comes to Suigi's 120 star career, he is still just a baby. All of the other top 120 star players have years of experience grinding this category. Suigi had only just finished his practice. He had only just started actually doing runs, and he has already done things that blow everyone else out of the water.
Yeah, he does it in my opinion, in a very, very smart way. Step by step. You master one, then you repeat the mastery of something different. He just did step by step by step, and he also got the talent, so of course, he's gonna have a way easier time than anyone else to do it, but it's still freaking impressive. Damn.
Water. I remember when Cheese achieved a 138 at Break the Record Live back in 2020, and it's still one of the most legendary moments in the game's history. Suigi's recent live run at pace is over 3 minutes faster, and yes, while strategies have improved, they haven't improved by 3 minutes. As I said before, his run is still a minute and a half faster than everyone else. And you would think that Suigi's run would be some shocking, crazy, unbelievable moment in Super Mario 64 history. But honestly, Suigi is so good that it just felt like another day at the office. While Suigi was practicing 120 star, the runner Ikori had beaten his 70 star record, which meant that Suigi still only held 4 out of 5 main category world records. Ikori had done pretty well to give himself a sizable...
By the way, only no.
lead in the time that Suigi was away. Ikori's record was 46.28, 13 seconds faster than Suigi's old record, which was now second place. Ikori's record was strong, and Suigi told me that he wasn't sure if he even wanted to go for it, instead perhaps sticking to 120 star for a bit longer. But I guess he changed his mind, because after coming back from his amazing performance at pace, he started streaming 70 star runs, and on the second day, he took back the 70 star record.
Get fucked.
5. I'm the fucking best.
This was almost too easy. In those 2 days, Suigi had gotten 4 world record pace runs that were very deep into the run. If anything, he probably should have gotten it on his first day, given how well he was playing. And when you watch Suigi's 70 star record, there were some huge avoidable errors that lost a significant amount of time. He plays so well so much of the time that he can afford to make these very impactful mistakes and still be ahead of the other players. Suigi now holds all 5 main category world records, which, as I've said many times before, has never been done. But that still doesn't really do justice to what Suigi is doing in this game. It would be a lot different if his records were barely ahead of second place. It would be different if Suigi had to fight for years to stave away those looking to steal one of his prized records, so he could never have 5 at the same
he just
time,
comes, fucks,
which is
and
what you
goes.
would expect in a game like Super Mario 64, which is so competitive and has so many insanely talented speedrunners playing it. But that's just not what happened. There was nothing any other players could do. Suigi makes less mistakes, and he has the ability to execute the difficult strategies more often than other players. Suigi didn't just get 5 out of 5 in Super Mario 64, which has never been done. He did it.
He went in, destroyed, and just said, yep, That's mine now.
The most popular and respected speedrunning game of all time. He did it quickly, he did it easily, and he is so far ahead of second place in some of these categories that it doesn't make sense. And he has only just begun his speedrunning career. If Suiji continues to grind and improve his records, I think the difference between him and everyone else is only going to become more apparent. He has still only really just learned the longer categories. When you give him more time and more experience, this gap is only going to grow larger and larger. Suiji is the GOAT, and his achievement is one of the most special I've seen in all of my time speedrunning. Suiji has given us all a gift, something for us all to be amazed by and be inspired by, and I personally could not be more proud of what he has accomplished. Suiji has been nominated for Speedrun Streamer of the Year, and I am publicly endorsing Suiji for president, so please go ahead and vote for him. I will put a link in the description. If this achievement doesn't deserve Speedrunner of the Year, I really don't know what possibly could. Thank you so much for watching, you
Nice. And you know what the ironic part is here? He could, if he really destroys, if he continues to destroy and just keeps on doing this, it could be that his achievements may be to the death of Super Mario speedruns. That it will finally go to rest. But hey, who knows? I hope not. Because this is just freaking awesome. Like, if somebody achieves this accolades, like this high of levels, that's just bestial. But as it is, accolades, good night.